So I've been building this manga collection for about 5 years now, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Very rarely do I ever pick up a new series to add to this collection. I'm mainly just trying to keep what I already have updated. But okay, this year in 2025, there is a bunch of bangers coming out, so I might need to pick up a couple of new series. I get a lot of suggestions in the comments down below from you guys about different mangas that I should collect, and I also just get a lot of comments about people wondering what I'm going to collect, so I figured it just made sense to make this video. I have a list of about 8 series. 4 of them I'm thinking about collecting, but I'm a little on the fence about. I'll explain why in the video. And 4 series that I am for sure collecting this year in 2025. Obviously, I don't really know how this year is going to go. This list isn't definitive. There's always a chance that you guys down below could just convince me to pick up something I wasn't even planning on getting. I just wanted to make this video to kind of just show you where my head is at right now. This is the stuff I'm planning on collecting. The first series I'm thinking about collecting, but I'm a little on the fence about, is Naruto. Naruto is a series that started it all for me. Back in middle school, I had this one friend who suggested I go and check it out. He was kind of on the fence about whether or not I was going to like it, and surprisingly enough, after just 1 episode, I ended up falling in love with the series. And then I proceeded to binge the whole thing, and I got caught up, which was actually really great timing because right around that time was when Naruto started ending. Not the best ending in the world, I will admit, but still, hey, it was a pretty good series overall. I really like the world of Naruto, I really like the characters, and for the longest time, it was my favorite series out of the big 3 until I read and caught up with One Piece. And then, well, Naruto got dethroned, and now One Piece is my favorite of the big 3. I've only also read 2 out of the 3 of the big 3, so I don't even know where Bleach stacks up when it comes to the other 2 series. It just feels a little awkward to not have Naruto inside of this collection, especially new viewers who come to my channel. They're always commenting, where the heck is Naruto? It's crazy that you don't own Naruto, and I agree. I'm just on the fence about collecting it all because I do know the story quite well, and there is over 70 volumes, and I don't really feel like rereading the story of Naruto just now, so I would just be buying it to take up space in my collection. Next up, and this might be a little bit of a weird one, but it's a series called Ashita no Joe. In my previous video, the What I Read in January video, I was talking about how I really fell in love with the series Blue Lock, and I was thinking about diving into the world of sports mangas a little bit more because I just got so hooked with the premise of Blue Lock. So that's why I've recently been looking at Ashita no Joe. This is a sports manga centered around the game of boxing. The series often gets compared to Hajime no Ippo, which is actually a series I've checked out last year and I really enjoyed. So just hearing that already makes this series stand out to me. I don't really know much about the series. The only thing I really do know is that it's a good series and it came out a really long time ago. Towards the end of last year, they started releasing these hardcover volumes for the series. And if you've been an active viewer of the channel, you should know that I just really like hardcover manga volumes. This is a sports manga. It's similar to Hajime no Ippo, and hardcover volume. It checks enough boxes for me to consider picking it up. And also, yes, I was pretty serious when I said I wanted to check out more sports mangas because the next manga on our list is another sports manga. It's Slam Dunk. I don't think I really need to say much more about this series. I feel like everybody knows about the series because it's one of the best written and most popular series out there. It's arguably the greatest sports manga that's ever been written. This is a sports manga that centers itself around a high school basketball team. I believe they're in high school. It's another series that I've never read, but I've heard insanely good things about. It's also written by the person who made Vagabond, and Vagabond is a series I do own and I really like. From what I've seen and what I've heard, there's about 31 volumes of the series out right now, and it's all been completed, which is pretty cool. I'm definitely interested to one day pick up this series, read through it, and see what all the hype is about. I'm mainly on the fence about picking up this series because I do know the volumes are quite hard to find. Whenever I go manga shopping, which I actively do, I have a bunch of YouTube videos about me doing that. I only ever see like 1, 2, maybe 5 volumes max of Slam Dunk. There's not really a lot of them on store shelves. So if I committed to picking up this series, I'm really committing to picking up this series. It's not something I could just do in like a month. The final manga that I want to pick up, but I'm a little on the fence about, is Blue Period. This is actually a series I have been reading actively on my own time. I'm about 1/3 of the way through, and I personally really enjoy it. It's a rather simple story about a high school student who is trying to learn art and get really good at it so he could pass his exams and then get into an art college. It's like really relatable, and some of the messages and themes in the story just hit really close to home. I really like it. I mainly want to collect this series because I feel like it is something I'm going to revisit when I'm older. A lot of the themes and the messages feel like they're timeless, in all honesty. It's a really good series. It has amazing art, which it should because it is a story about art, so it'd be a little weird if it didn't. I really like it. Trust me guys, don't sleep on Blue Period. You know what you can't sleep on though? Manta sleep masks. Thank you, Manta Sleep, for sponsoring today's video. Guys, I've been using Manta Sleep for the past couple months, and let me tell you, I absolutely love these things. Not only is the quality of the mask really nice, super soft, very well built, but it's also really easy to put on. You literally just go like this, and then boom, you're done. My favorite time to use these masks is during the day. I'm someone who really likes taking naps during the day, and I realized this thing is perfect for that. Right now in this room, it's incredibly bright. If I wanted to go to sleep, that's not really happening. But with putting on this mask, it completely blocks out all the light in my surroundings, and I don't even realize that I have it on. Manta Sleep has the sole mission of improving your sleep, and it's already been doing that for me. They have a variety of different masks on their website for you to look at and choose from, so I definitely recommend at least taking a look and seeing if there's something that sticks out to you. If you're interested in supporting the channel and improving the quality of your sleep, click the link in my description and use the promo code Teniz for 10% off your first order. Thank you, Manta Sleep, for sponsoring today's video. Those are the 4 series I'm thinking about collecting, but I'm a little on the fence about. Now let's talk about the 4 that I'm for sure getting this year in 2025. Starting that off with The Climber. This is a series that I actually did start reading last year, but it didn't really stick out to me as something I wanted to continue reading. Granted, I did only get 30 chapters into it, and I heard that the series actually gets good after the first 30 chapters, so I kind of just stopped right before the series actually started moving and getting good. This year, they're gonna start releasing manga volumes for it, which I'm really excited for. I'm holding off on reading the series just so I could actually read it physically. This is a sports manga, but it mainly focuses on just one character from my understanding. A better way to describe this series would be one of those mangas that is like a self-reflection of one individual, kind of like how Vinland Saga and Vagabond talks about the personal beliefs of an individual. I've heard that The Climber is kind of the same way. It's a self-exploration type of manga, and I personally really like when a series does that. As the series starts releasing, I'm gonna be picking it up, so that's something you could look forward to. Next up, we have Kingdom. This is actually a series that literally got announced like a week or 2 ago that it was getting an English release. This is pretty new news. I honestly don't really know why this series wasn't released in America sooner. I feel like that's a little bit of a tragedy because it definitely would have already been in my collection if it had. Kingdom is a series I've never checked out, but it's another one of those series that I've just heard really, really good things about. It's about 70-ish volumes long, which is a lot, and it centers itself around Chinese history. It's not some power fantasy shonen. There's not like crazy power-ups from my understanding. It is literally just like a smart story. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I've never read it. But I really like mangas that center itself around historical pieces of fiction, kind of like how Vinland Saga talks about Vikings and how Vagabond talks about Miyamoto Musashi. This is a story that goes in depth about Chinese history. I'm curious to go see what it's all about. And it's about war. And who doesn't like war? Thorfinn, duh, that was a trick question. Viz is gonna be releasing these volumes as single volumes, which is kind of crazy because with over 70 of them, this series is gonna take a while to fully release, but whatever, I'll wait around for it. I'm gonna collect it all, even if I end up finishing the collection by the time I'm like 30, which very well could happen. Okay, I don't really know if I want to collect this series anymore. Right up here, we have my JoJo's collection. Now, I don't really consider myself a JoJo fan. There's about 9 parts in the entirety of JoJo's, and I've only ever read the first 4 of them. So the remaining 5, kind of have no idea what happens in them. Like, I know bits and pieces of the story, but I haven't actually dived into it. JoJo's has been one of those series that I've wanted to like, but just haven't. I don't know, there's something about the series that hasn't really gotten me yet, which I find really weird because so many people like JoJo's. Well, this year, the best JoJo's part, apparently, part 7 is going to be getting its English release. That's Steel Ball Run. It is definitely a series I'm going to be picking up. I mean, my JoJo's collection is pretty much nearly caught up. I think I'm missing like 1 or 2 volumes in part 6. I just really like how the books look, and I know that one day I am gonna dive into this series, and especially when part 7 starts releasing, I think that's the moment when I'm gonna start catching up. Part 7 is apparently amazing. I'm gonna be the judge of that. I cannot wait to go and check it out. Is Steel Ball Run gonna be the thing that turns me into a JoJo fan? Who knows? Stay tuned and we'll see, because I'm definitely gonna be talking about it on this channel when that series comes out. And it's coming out really soon too. Like, I think there's only like 2 or 3 months until the first volume releases. And then finally, on our list of manga that I'm planning on collecting this year, it's gonna be Bleach. So many people in the comments down below have been asking me to pick up Bleach, to read Bleach, to check out the final series in the big three, the one that I just haven't ever checked out. I genuinely know nothing about the series besides two characters, Ichigo and Aizen, and I only really know their names, and I know that there's something called a Bankai. That's pretty much it. It's, yeah, literally have no knowledge on the series. Bleach is around 70 volumes long. It's a lot of people's favorite manga ever, so I'm just really excited to see what this series is all about, and I'm wondering what is gonna happen to my list of favorite mangas, especially in the big three. Like, where is it gonna land? Would it beat One Piece in my eyes? I don't really think so, but hey, never say never, you know? But I don't really think so. But it could beat Naruto. I've had the 3 Bleach box sets sitting in my cart for like 2 months now. I'm just so hesitant about clicking the purchase now button. I just don't want to do it. It's so much money. It's such a big commitment. And then when I buy it, I have to read 70 volumes. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I will get to it. I will get to it this year. That's pretty much where my head is at and all the series that I'm gonna be getting. What are you gonna get? Are you gonna get anything cool? Are you gonna buy all the stuff that I'm gonna buy? If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and go watch some of my other videos. Bye, guys.